Hello, everybody. It's Alessandro from Innovate with Impact, hashtag small relief. I have the great pleasure to be here with Samuel today. Hey, Samuel.
Hello.
So Samuel and I actually met we just talked about this about 5, 6 years ago by coincidence, working in the same building, but for kind of like different companies. And I always thought it was very cool what you were doing, and you were always super active and involved. But we get into that in just a second. But before we get started, could you quickly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Yes, my name is Samuel. I'm 38, living in Winterthur. That's close to Zurich. And my background is basically, I have a media background, but more specified on the classified side. So I was working for 10 years at Tamedia for the job boards JobWinner and Alpha.ch. And then after that, I was working for Home.ch, a real estate platform. And after that, I founded my own company.
What is this company doing?
Well, after the years at Home.ch, I wanted to go back to the HR side, and I took a 1-year sabbatical, and in that year, I wanted to focus on what topic I'm going to be involved. And after 1 week, I already knew I'm going to do something for the job seekers over 50, so 50 plus. And I was doing some research, and I realized that there's no company in the whole world existing as a job board for people over 50. So I went all in and started it.
So how long ago exactly was this?
The planning started in 2015, and the launch was from work50.ch in 2016, July 2016. And first I did it part-time, was working at Comparis. And in January 2017, that was my income.
That's super cool. I mean, so you're essentially a serial entrepreneur with a lot of experience.
Yeah. Well, Work 50 was a little bit the eye-opener because nobody was waiting for this product. Job seekers, yes, of course, the traffic was there, but I had a lack of job advertisements on the site. So that was a long way through the desert. It took me 2 years. So I can say in 2019 the business was stable, and I have clients like IKEA, AXA, the university hospital in Zurich. Many big companies, but also small companies who are supporting this, because a lot of companies, they want to be diverse and want to lift the inclusion side, but they're not really showing this to our community. And that's why I think, or I believe, a job board is needed for people over 50. And so in this year, very exciting, we started another job board for the LGBTI community. Because my vision is to have many job boards for all the diversity sectors, like age, gender, sexual orientation. So the LGBTI job portal went live in January, and the launch went very well. We have already a lot of companies on board, since January, I'm not alone. I have 2 partners in our company. Company is now called Diversity Job Group.
Mm-hmm.
So really for the big vision we have. And my partners, they are having an online marketing agency, which I think is a great adaptation to share the synergien.
Yeah, synergies. Yeah,
Synergies.
perfect.
And yeah, I think we're now really ready to go forward. And in March, we made our first acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
We bought Jobs für Mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's a job portal for mothers.
Mm-hmm.
For part-time jobs. And yeah, it was a little bit shocking moment because right when we bought it, the news came with the coronavirus, etc. And got a little bit in our way.
So please share a little bit more on that front. How has the coronavirus situation affected your business and what's been going on there?
Well, the good part is so far we didn't lost any client.
That's great.
That's great. But yeah, the corona situation has a good side for us, but also a bad side. The bad side is we can't gain any new business. It's really hard. It's really tough. And the good part is we can now focus on our administration tasks we have.
So I think that's also really important across all the interviews that I have seen or that I have done now in the past weeks. It's a common denominator, you know, different companies, different startups use this time in different ways. Some use it to prepare for when things start picking up again. Others are looking into completely recalibrating their business and creating new opportunities. I think it's all great as long as you really take the time and really do something productive with it, right?
Yes, yes. So right now our focus is on launching the next portals, the next job boards for the summer, and we are launching Papa-Jobs as well.
Okay, cool.
And Handicap-Jobs for people with a disability. And yeah, that's really exciting.
That's super exciting. Do you have any advice for maybe for the job seekers out there, you know, that are maybe currently looking for a job, or do you have any advice for any of the companies that are not your clients yet?
Well, for the job seekers is my number one advice is make sure your CV is ready, your picture is professional and actual, and yeah, that's the main part, because Bewerbung in German means Werbung, means advertise yourself. So I think that's the most important part. Mm-hmm. And focus really on the job ads you are matching with, and not just apply to your dream jobs, and you don't have the qualifications.
Mm-hmm. So focus. How about the companies?
Well, for the companies is, I think at the moment. Well, not at the moment. In general, it's on one side it's important to have a lot of applications, job applications, but on the other side is also to show the community what values you have, what kind of diversity programs you have. Like, are you open to hire people over 50? Are you, how do you handle LGBTI people in the meaning of what are you doing when someone in the team is making a outing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And also for mothers, like for women, are you offering part-time jobs? also for men, are you offering part-time jobs?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key for the future.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I could not agree more. There's some really great advice. And, you know, I think it's so important. Again, I mentioned it before, but I want to say it again. You know, in the area that you are involved in, I think there's so much potential and so much that can be done. And thank you very much for that. I think this is super powerful.
Thank you.
That leads me to my last question. You told me before the call, and I already knew this from before, but I didn't realize she was already 2 years old. You have a 2-year-old daughter. So how is she dealing with this whole Corona situation? What has she been up to?
Well, the question I hear from her the most often is, I mean, I'm not sitting with my daughter every day at home. I'm not doing that because I don't want to get into a depression. I have to go outside with her. When we go on the playground, she always asks me, Papa, where are the other kids? Because we are always alone. So she is missing the contact to the other kids.
Hmm. Honestly, I'm a grown up, but I feel the same.
Okay. Yeah. And when the shutdown was here, the lockdown, me and my wife, we are wondering what's going to happen with daycare. Mm-hmm. Because daycare is really important for us so we can work. Yeah. I'm already working part-time and take care one day in a week of my daughter. Mm-hmm. And my daughter is also one day at my parents, at her grandparents. And when the shutdown was there, we had to figure out what are we going to do now. Mm-hmm. So number one, the important thing here in Winterthur was that the daycares were still open. Mm-hmm. And the sad part was Lena, my daughter, she couldn't go to my parents anymore. Mm-hmm. So we had to figure it out. So we were able, luckily, to bring our daughter one more day to the daycare. And because home office and a young child is not going to work. That's for sure. Like you can't sit there and working and every 10 minutes she's coming and say, Daddy, I want to work too. Daddy, come play. Daddy, read to me. That's not going to work. So daycare is for us super important in that time.
A lifesaver in that moment.
Yeah, lifesaver for sure.
Listen, Samuel, I can only say thank you again for taking the time for this interview. We will definitely share this interview on LinkedIn and on YouTube, of course, and link to all the projects that you are involved with. And I hope it will bring some exposure and it will help some people also with the advice that you have been given. And I very much hope that you and I will, you know, after all these years, not only meet up on Zoom, but also actually maybe in person for a beer or a glass of wine or whatever. And I'm looking forward to that. So thank you so much again for taking the time.
You're welcome.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.